Okay, so I've got a problem. This is my hair color at the moment, and right now I have a massive strip of orange banding right here from previous permanent color. Turquoise color that I put on top of it simply did not cover it, so I need to go ahead and find a solution for it today, mix up a really beautiful permanent color solution, apply it all over, and hopefully come out with one of the nicest hair transformations and makeovers that this channel has ever seen. I don't know how this hair is going to react. It is extremely layered with a ton of previous chemical products, but I'm extremely excited, I'm hopeful, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love this hair transformation. So obviously, let's get into it. Okay, let's start mixing. It's wild, I know. I've got my dye ready, except I'm a bit too glam for this makeover. Better! Obviously, starting out with a quick brush through, you're gonna get nowhere in your hair transformation if there are any tangles, knots, or mats. At this point, I'm more than anything excited to dye my hair just so I can continue staining this brush. It is now stunning. It looks like Disney. It looks beautiful. I'm actually very happy with this color on top, so I really don't want to do anything to it today. So I'm just going to very quickly just separate that, clip it away, and forget about it for today's transformation. I washed my hair yesterday and I already have a ton of dry flakes everywhere, and this always happens to me in the winter time, like you can see right there, and it's always caused by a change of weather and using too much detox shampoos. Dandruff and a flaky scalp are not actually the same. I don't have dandruff. This happens because I've got a dry scalp. Dandruff is actually a result of overproduction of oil, something that I don't think a lot of people think. Like many people say you've got dry skin, hence you've got dandruff, but dandruff is actually caused when you have too much oil and your skin starts separating your scalp. There's too much skin being produced and it's flaking off. A quick and easy way to tell if you've got dandruff or a flaky scalp is the size of the skin. Dandruff is usually quite large chunks, almost like a centimeter or so wide. Flakiness is usually much smaller. So basically what I have, and normally it goes away if kind of like scrub a lot. Dandruff tends to be a recurring issue year long, and you need to use specific products for it. In my case, I need scalp oiling. It's very annoying though. Very quick and easy way to get rid of it is to brush through it. So this bending that you can see that starts kind of an inch away from my roots is the result of old hair dye from around November, from when I dyed my hair kind of a mid-level caramel brown. That hair dye has since grown out and left me with about an inch or so of regrowth. That meant that the new color that I put on had no problem adhering to my regrowth, but it did not want to adhere to that old dye because dye does not lift old color, and also the dye I used was one shade lighter than the color. I used a level 6 dye when I went in with this turquoise color, and the dye that I had underneath was a level 5. I could have taken the option to color remove this part just here and get an all over blue color, but I instead want to go darker and go in with a color that is either level 5 or darker. Today I'm going in with level 4. I do not want to go for a simple brown color, so the color I picked should have a very beautiful undertone, and I'm really hoping that it works out. Let's find out. So far, this color, interesting. because this is the complete opposite of what the color should be. As you'll see, once I start applying the color, it is going to start oxidizing almost immediately as the dye is going in, pulling the existing dye from my hair and depositing this color right here. I went in with 20 volume developer with this dye, which means it's not going to cause too much lift, but it is going to just give a quick little brightness into the dye. I'm also curious to see how it'll react with this blue that I have currently around my roots. Seeing the band just on its own isolated, I can see that it's actually not that bad of a color, and I could have very easily just color corrected it. But I don't think I necessarily feel like brown, and I also think that this color plus the combination of this mohawk bit that I have would be a lot more fun, and I think you guys would approve a lot more. So we're going to see if it actually looks good. So I was once having a conversation with a distributor who imported professional level hair dyes. And I was telling to him, like, one of the things that I always find annoying is that anytime that I use salon grade dyes, a lot of you guys do not have access to them for the simple reason that the brand does not allow or doesn't permit general use consumption. A lot of the products will actually have written on them like intended for salon use only. Or if you try to buy it online, it will require your license number. Now I have this number, but when it comes to you guys, it's always very difficult for me to be like, listen, try this dye because it's amazing, when half the time you don't even have access to it. And I was telling him this. I was like, it would be really cool if there was a brand of dyes that kind of offered their products to the market. If there's anything that I want to do as a brand owner, as a creator, is I want to create a line of permanent dyes that everyone has access to and provide you guys with the knowledge as well. And he was like, yeah, but they're like the general public doesn't have knowledge that is required, because at the end of the day, these are chemicals that we are using, active agents that if used improperly or incorrectly, it could lead to either just bad hair loss, or even, you know, certain illnesses or issues created as a result of dye. I'm like, yeah, but these products are still being sold in the form of a box dye. Because if you ever bought a box dye, you'll know that the color is shown on the box, and then within the box you're going to find a tiny little tube similar to what I use, which has the color inside, and then a bottle or a sachet, which is the developer. And the brand would have made it super easy for you guys to literally just take the dye, mix it inside bottle of the developer, and then just apply it directly from there. And I'm like, that's really good and everything, except for the fact that it's very difficult to mix colors when it's like that, because you have to buy the whole packet, and usually the colors don't even refer the final look. Like once I dyed my hair with a Schwarzkopf dye that's had like a number like 782 or whatever, which usually means that it's a light blonde product, and it ended up turning my hair dark black. And the sad reality is that the quality is worse. It's much worse in a box dye versus quality product. And then this guy told me that it was because like the brand does not want, you know, to give the good stuff to the layperson and potentially tarnish their good quality brand or anything of the sort, which I kind of understand, but at the same time I feel like that's elitist or something. So anyways, at the moment I am looking for a supplier to be able to create permanent hair dye, because I do not feel that it is fair to offer the general public dyes, but have them be shitty in terms of quality, contain a lot of metallic salts, contain nowhere near the longevity and the beauty that other dyes contain, and make it a lot harder to then remove. It is why so many stylists absolutely hate it when their clients come in with box dyed hair. But I was always under the impression that like, but what else are they supposed to use if there's nothing else available on the market? Anyways, those are the things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life at the moment. It's not going well because it turns out it's fucking expensive to create your own dye line. I'm working on it, but it's expensive. For instance, here's a little tidbit of information. If I wanted to produce dyes in an aluminium tin or can or tube, just like the one you saw, I would have to order between 10 to 15,000 individual tubes for the supplier to even consider my order, because aluminium tubes are in such high demand that if you show up with an order of like 1,000 tubes, they will tell you not in a million years, sweetie. Someone said they don't like the sound of wet hair dye applied. They don't like ASMR. So it's a bit boring, isn't it? Tough luck. I love the sound of dye being applied, so I have very high hopes for it turning out super cool. It's deepening. Oh my god, I love this. Now I'm going to wait for the allocated amount of time, which in this case is anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. Typically most dyes do stop processing after 30 minutes, permanent dyes, but I do like to give it that extra 10 minutes just in case. Since we applied barrier cream, this dye is removing so beautifully from our skin. This is the end color. Well, holy mama. I picked the color for this end transformation. My main goal was just to get rid of the banding that was happening kind of an inch away from my roots, and that was very, very recognizable and persistent, and I just wanted to cover it up. But I was like, I worked so hard to kind of get this really cool pink and turquoise combo that I didn't want to sacrifice it and cover it over with something like brown. So I went in with this color. Oh my god, the fact that this was one tube, like this required no mixing from my end. It literally was just from tube to hair. What? The fact that this is a level 4 and it is still so vibrantly, beautifully blue is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, I even really like it like this. Look how cute this looks. Okay, this was fun. We should do it again sometime. I did chop off my hair, which I think helps solidify the look. It created a very mature look. I'm vibing with it. I know you are too. It is even. It is blended. There's not a single band anywhere. Okay. What? That's my hair? Yeah, baby, that is my hair. Okay. All the products that I use are going to be linked in the description box below. That is where I put all of my formulas. You are welcome. If you are going through a bit of a boredom, hair dry spell, this color might be something super fun for you to try, and I highly recommend doing it with this particular composition, because when you pull it up, it looks like this, but when you let it go, it looks beautiful. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more insane hair creation and hair content. I'm always looking to try new things to my hair, so anything you want to recommend me, I'm going to listen to, and I might just try it out. This was your recommendation. I'm very happy to have tried it, but I'm already bored of it. So let me know what to try. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.